May I now call upon our chief guest for the day, Dr. C. Shailendra Babu, to kindly address the gathering.
Respected Dr. K.G. Bhaktavachalam, respected Dr. Thangavelu, Chairman, Mr. Deeban, Mr. Purushothaman, members of the press, members of the teaching faculty, my dear student friends. I consider this as a very, very special opportunity to meet all of you and share few thoughts on leadership. I must confess that I am not a professor of management. I am not a great speaker on leadership. Nonetheless, I have experience in being a leader. Not on a grand scale, but at least as the chief of the police force of a city. Since I command more than 1,000 police officers and men, I thought I'll share whatever experiences I have with you. Dr. K.G. Bhaktavachalam is always a very pleasant, energetic, and very humorous person. You know, I like the last part of the thing, humor. It's very important for life. He was telling that the thief finding machine or whatever, when it came to Chennai, it was stolen. I am not surprised because I was the Joint Commissioner of City Police Chennai for 5 years continuously. An Englishman and his girlfriend, probably girlfriend, I don't know. These two boys, you can't make out. And telling her as his wife will be an offense. Indians they'll fake, this is my wife or girlfriend. Or cousin, we always call cousin. She's only my cousin. But this man, I don't know, but one man and a woman, they came. They are from England. They wanted to see Chennai. Perhaps they would have taken a bus at Esplanade. Anybody who knows Esplanade? From Esplanade, Madras Medical College Hospital is hardly 1 kilometer. So the man was having a pouch. Even I had a pouch in the morning when I went for a cycling. I wanted to keep something, my mobile phone, my gun in this pouch. The pouch he was having, in the pouch, inside the pouch, he has another small bag. Inside that bag, he has kept his wallet. Inside the wallet, he has kept his visa and his passport. In that, he had kept some Indian rupees also for his expenditure. Now, hardly 1 kilometer, he wanted to take some money to change with the conductor. He found the Indian rupee missing. Look at this. There's a belt and pouch. Inside there's a wallet. Inside that there is another cover. In that, nothing else is being taken. Only, not even a US dollar. Only the Indian currency. He told me, sir, I have traveled all over the world. Even Africa. But I have not found such a skilled thief like in Chennai. I told him our thieves are capable of removing your banyan when you are wearing your shirt. Shirt will be intact, but the banyan will be missing. So he was convinced. He said, I agree with you 100%. He is a leader among thieves. Even the crime and criminals have certain leadership qualities. They are the masters of the art of thieving. It requires training, understanding, passion for the job, and ultimately the skill to carry out the offense. And ultimately when he is caught, that's going to be the natural consequence, how he manages the police, the judiciary, the whole criminal justice system. So a good thief is a good manager. He's a good leader. That's why when he was mentioning about Sachin Tendulkar, he always referred to cricket. Personally, I hate cricket. I'm not a lover of cricket because this game is not played by US. This game is not played in Japan. This is not played in Germany. None of the countries in Europe, America, or none of the developed countries, perhaps except England. Unless you compete in a game which is being played by the well-developed countries of the world or competitive countries of the world, it's not at all a game. You fight in the Olympics. You bring a medal in the Olympics, that's a game. If you are really a sports leader, you go and run, win the medal against those Africans. Then you are a real sports leader, in my view. Views will differ. Or a shooting. Abhinav Bindra, true hero of the nation. The only Indian who has won a gold medal in the individual category in the Olympics is Abhinav Bindra. we fail to recognize because Indians have very distorted or perverted ideas about sports. We should learn to love Olympic disciplines, games played by 204 independent and republic countries of the world. Then only it's a game. Friends, leadership, first of all, I must make a small, I'll try to confuse you with what is management and what is leadership. These terms will really confuse you. You're all engineers or management students. You're likely to take up a management position, right? Very often you get an idea, what is this management? What is leadership? It's very difficult to distinguish management from leadership because the difference is very, very, very thin. Even management professors find it difficult to distinguish between a leader and a manager. Anybody can define, any of the students can define who is a manager.
Is the one who can hold all his subordinates perfectly, and he can manage to get works done with him from them.
Getting the things done, works done by him. And you, what do you understand? What do you understand by the word leader? That's a manager, right? And who is a leader?
Leader is one who can lead. Again, I'm just confused with those words. I think they are similar.
Leader is one who confuses everybody. Who is a manager and what is management? Yeah, that's better. Let's have some clarity about management and leadership, or manager and the leader.
Both are similar. A manager is someone who can manage things which he takes on. Leader takes decision on his own. Manager does something which is already there.
Okay. He cannot take any decision, eh? Indira Nooyi is a manager or a leader? Indira Nooyi, the CEO of PepsiCo company. Yeah.
Manager identifies a person, what job he can do, and gives the job to appropriate person.
Manager. What about a leader? He doesn't give a work to the appropriate person.
No, he leads.
He leads. Manager does not lead.
Yes, but I want to say about manager.
Only manager.
Yeah, a manager clearly sorts out works and gives it to appropriate person.
Manager. But the leader does not give the work to the appropriate person. He does it, gives to the most inappropriate person.
No, I said only about.
Okay. Yeah, he's only talking about the manager. Who is a manager and who is a leader?
Both managers and leaders are able to think differently. From what the society is thinking, they can think differently.
If they don't think differently,
They cannot survive.
if I am a commissioner, I am not thinking differently.
Then you cannot lead somebody. A leader
Will the
is,
government remove me from the post of commissioner of police?
I don't know, but a leader is somebody who makes others think differently. He also thinks
Leader is the
differently.
one. Why should we think differently at all?
You should think differently because you need some.
People may think you are mad
No,
if you think differently.
People-
If I don't wear a shirt like this, I come only with a pant and a banyan. I am thinking differently.
yes, that's good, but
Will it not look very odd?
you may look odd, but you're some kind of.
Pardon?
Yes, when you are able to convince people and when you are able to lead somebody, that is when you are going to tell somebody that you think differently.
That's the work of the leader.
Yes, and if hundreds of people believe you, hundreds of people start thinking the same way you're thinking, then
Okay.
you are a leader.
All right, good. Yeah.
Of course, leader is a creator. He can create things and it can be managed by a manager, and engineers may be as workers for the managers or the leaders.
Okay.
Manager says do the work and leader says let's do the work.
Manager says do the work.
Leader say let's do the work.
Let's do the work. Will the manager not say let us do the work?
No, he's always the authoritative
That means
person.
all managers
Basically,
presume that he does not do any work, only others should do.
basically leader say let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
And what about the manager?
He just
Let us
ordered
not
to
go.
go. He just ordered to go. No, he just ordered.
Who orders? Manager.
Manager.
And what about the leader?
He leads and he makes us to go.
He makes
Yeah.
others to work.
Yeah.
Yes. Some sense. Yes, it makes some sense. It makes some sense. Okay, next. Friends, to be very frank, it's not possible at all to distinguish a manager and a leader. Very clearly, in my view, it's very difficult. It's impossible to understand. But point is that managers and the term manager and the term leader are almost one and the same. Except there are some subtle differences in the sense that all managers are not leaders, but all leaders or managers? I can explain it in a very small, simple way. Dr. Bhaktavachalam is here, the person who established KG Hospital. He is not only a manager, he is also a leader. Man who took an initiative. He was a surgeon. So he started a hospital, made it as a multi-specialty hospital. Now it's a company. So he is a man who can be called as a leader. Whereas his chief medical officer, whom he hired from the medical college last year, cannot be called as a leader. Now, he can be called as a manager because he'll carry out whatever he says. But even then, it's very difficult. Sometimes that man also could be a leader. He'll start another hospital next year. What will you do? And he'll make a very rival hospital to KG Hospital. What will you do? Can you call him as a leader? Yes. There's a very, very subtle difference. If you call me a commissioner, I'm a leader, I'm a manager. If you call the MD of a company, the chairman of Sri Sakti Engineering College, he's a manager as well as a leader. Leaders generally take more independent decision. They take a lot of risk. They're on their own, usually. Whereas managers usually take orders from somebody. They are paid people, almost. Mostly, the managers are the paid people, right? And leaders generally are not. A political leader, XY said, I don't want to tell their names because then it will become political. Usually I don't discuss politics and religion with my students or with the police officers. So a political leader can also be a good manager. And what is management? Now let us come to the term management. There's not much difference. That's why I want to make it very clear. When you don't get confused, managers, leaders are one and the same. Management, leadership are one and the same. There are only minor differences, so don't get confused. Tell me, what is management? What is management? What do you think about management? Define management.
Actually, it's a system. You're just managing people. The thing you have explained, leadership.
What about managing machines? Is it not
even that's a management.
Yeah, people, managing people.
But that is what we have a lot of management categories. Managing people, managing events, managing
animals.
social responsibilities. Yeah, managing
All.
animals.
Okay. What do you think by management? What do you understand by the term management?
Management is the thing which manages the people. For example, if you take the Sakti Engineering College, they are the team which manages and they coordinate everyone together, and they will be making this event a grand success.
Okay. This is what you understand by the term management. And what about you? Please stand up. That's all good etiquette. When a person comes to you, approaches you, and asks a question, the etiquette demands you get up and understand what is being asked and give an answer. This is the essential part of a leadership. Management also, right? Tell me, what's your name and what do you understand by the term management?
I'm Satyapriya.
Yeah.
Managing something in an organized way.
Managing something in an organized way, yes. Organized way, that's a good term. Yes. Okay, that's a good part of the management. That's what you understand by management. And you?
So management is something to manage things to do effectively and
Effectively.
efficiently.
What is effectively? What is efficiency and what is effectiveness?
Effectively is to do things correctly and exactly what we have to do.
That is effectively.
Yes, sir.
What is efficiency then?
Efficiently, we must get proper output for what we do things.
More output for the particular amount of input.
Yes, sir.
Right. Friends, if a man is painting a wall in one day when other people would have taken 3 days, that's efficiency. He goes and reports to the man, I painted the wall. And the man says, gentlemen, I asked you to paint the other wall. I didn't want you to paint this wall. That is effectiveness. You understand? Efficiency and effectiveness. Okay, that's all different issues. Come on, tell me, what do you understand by the term management?
It is to utilize the resources like whatever.
Use the resources
better way.
in a better way. Efficiency. More efficiency. Some managers make it more efficient. Friends, management, Peter M. Drucker says, is the art of getting things done. Over. Right? If you can get the things done, then you have the managerial ability. If you don't, you are nothing. Somebody is calling you as a young graduate, come on gentlemen, I want to start an engineering college. Okay? I have 1 year's time. This is your salary. Get the things done. End of the year you go and tell him, sir, I found a nice place in Coimbatore. I found the faculty members. I know the builder for building the huge building. I also have already obtained permission from the government to start the engineering college. If you have done that, you are a manager. If you have not done it, you are not a manager. That's what the management group, Peter F. Drucker says. Understand? My son is studying in the engineering college now. He told me, Daddy, you're doing MBA, no? Yes. I want to tell you, do you know what is, he asked me, what is MBA? I told him, Master of Business Administration. And what do you, tell me in few words, what do you do in MBA, in Masters of Business Administration? I told something. He said, I'll tell you a story. Then you understand what is management. A man went and called his son and told me, my son, I found a nice girl for you. You should marry her. Dad, that's not your business. You mind your business. What should you do? But then, my dear son, the girl is nobody other than the daughter of Bill Gates. Is it? Then it's okay. This man goes to Bill Gates. Gentlemen, I am from so-and-so place and I have a very handsome young man as my son. I want your daughter to marry my son. No, my daughter is only studying second year now. I'm not thinking of her marriage. But then the boy is nobody other than Vice President of World Bank. Is it so? In that case, it's okay. This man now goes to the President of the World Bank. Gentlemen, I am recommending a young man, handsome fellow, already BCom CA, to be the Vice President of the World Bank. No, gentlemen, already 16 people are there in the role, 16 Vice Presidents in the World Bank already. We don't have any vacancy. But then the boy I am recommending is nobody other than the son-in-law of Bill Gates. In that case, it's okay. Do you understand? Getting the things done. If you do that, you are the manager. Otherwise, you are not. Management is an art. Management is a science. Management is a field of activity. Management is a practice for some people. Management is a field of study, MBA. Therefore, management is a function. Next. Management is a distinct work. Management is a discipline in the colleges. Management is an area of study. Management is an art. Management is science. A lot of science you learn in management. Operations, research, queuing system. You have several mathematical principles to take decisions. During Second World War, they made use of all the mathematical equations to make a decision about the logistics, movement of men, materials, decision making. Therefore, this is all about management. And what about leader? What is leadership? Leadership is the ability to influence the action of others. If you have the ability, if I had the ability to take you along for an excursion, if Deepan had the ability to bring all of you from various parts of the country to a place, and he's conducting a seminar of this nature, then he is a leader. Understand? It's the ability. Ability may differ from a person to another person. Therefore, many managers, even though they are just managers, paid people, they exhibit tremendous leadership abilities. Some of the principals of the college, you don't notice. I had a principal in my college. If I am in the IPS, it is because of this principal. We called him as Dean. He was only a manager. He was a paid man from the university. He would always, you can come to the office, work for 8 hours. You can go back. Nobody is going to bother. But he used to take a lot of initiatives. He used to come and inspect the mess. He comes to our rooms and see whether the rooms are all right. He comes to the toilet and see if the toilet is working properly. In our college, one of my seniors passed Indian Administrative Service examinations. So what this gentleman did, he brought this person to our college, Mr. V.K. Subbaraj. He is the Health Secretary of Tamil Nadu today. That gentleman told, look gentlemen, we are from this college. It's one of the very fine colleges in the whole country. And because I studied in this college, I passed the civil services examinations. Our dean is a very great man. You also can try civil services examination. He told, civil services means IFS, Indian Foreign Service, Indian Administrative Service, Indian Police Service. When the word police came, somewhere, something, somewhere it was struck. I wanted to be a cop. So I can be a cop. I can be a police officer. There's an opportunity. I joined. So my dean was not merely a manager, he was also a leader. Who is a leader? You may think as a commissioner of police, this man is commanding a few police officers. So he's a leader. As a chairman, he is commanding a lot of teachers, students, so he's a leader. And in the history, there are military leaders. Napoleon Bonaparte, the military, Ashoka, Samrat Ashok, so many. Genghis Khan, one of the most influential. The word terror is reported to have come from Genghis Khan. When Genghis Khan is invading a country, particularly a village, he will kill everybody in the village and creates that much of a fear in the minds of the people. When he invaded China, he had planned to kill everybody in China. But his prime minister told him, why should you kill them? So many people. We will subordinate them and we will extract more money from them, material from them, grains from them. So ultimately he agreed. Otherwise there was no China today. Genghis Khan, world's war-fast greatest general. Very great generals like Tipu Sultan in our own country, Chhatrapati Shivaji, Samrat Ashok. They're all military leaders. Yes, they are leaders. There are leaders in the business. Anil Ambani, Dhirubhai Ambani's son Anil Ambani, or Tatas, or Bill Gates, or Warren Buffett. They're all leaders, right? You won't deny that. They're business leaders. You can call them business leaders. There are sports leaders. There are science leaders, education leaders, political leaders. Right? Barack Obama, you can say political leader. So there are a lot of people in the politics, starting from Mahatma Gandhi, political leaders. They are political leaders. What about you? Are you a leader? Are you a leader, gentlemen? You're not. You're waiting for a leadership position to become a manager. You want to be somebody who can control others. My friends, if I want you to let you a secret, the secret is that every one of you is a leader. You don't have to have 1,000 people under your control to become a leader. Even without anybody else, even as a student, you are a leader. You don't have any title. You don't have to have any title to be a leader. There was a lady who had 8 children. 8 children. She has to cook food for every 8 children. In the house there are more than 10 cattle. She has to cook food and all other things for the cattle. In the farm, sometimes like 30 to 40 people will be working in every day. She has to cook food for all these people. She has to educate all these children. She has to borrow money, pledge her jewels, did all this for the children. Her ambition was to make these children to come up in a very high position in the government. Her ambition was, she was only 7th standard, so that she wanted to be the children to become PhDs. Today, most of her children are PhDs. One daughter is an additional collector. I know this lady very, very well because she is my mother. Don't you think she's a leader? She is a leader, even though she's only studied up to 7th standard. She's not controlling anybody. She doesn't have a department to control. She doesn't have so much workers. Therefore, you don't have to have a title to be a leader. You understand? In whatever you are doing, if you are able to organize it well, if your own studies, 5 lessons or 6 lessons or 6 subjects, if you can organize the subject, if you can procure the correct kind of books, if you learn it properly, if you repeat it properly, if you take a university rank, then you are a leader. Otherwise, you are not. In the 4 years of your study in the engineering college, if you develop your own skills, ability to speak, ability to write, ability to hear, listen, ability to memorize, ability to ask questions, ability to stand up, ability to communicate, then you are a leader. If you didn't do it in the 4 years, then you are not at all a leader. Communicate, then you are a leader. If you didn't do it in the 4 years, then you are not at all a leader. Leadership is the ability of self-management also. Self-leadership. Managing your own affairs. If you want somebody to wake you up early in the morning at 5 o'clock, you are not a leader. You are not a self-starter. Somebody is starting you. Kickstarter you are. You are a kickstarter. If you can get up early in the morning at 5 o'clock, if you know what you are going to do in the next few hours, if you know what you are going to do the many years, many hours to come in the same day, then you are a leader. Friends, the first point is that every one of you is a leader. Number 2, friends, this is my personal experience. Turbulent times create more effective leaders. Turbulent times, difficult times. Many of you may think, I am born in a very ordinary family. My father is not a mill owner. My mother is not a collector. Had my mother been a very, very, very rich woman, how nice it would have been. I didn't study in a convent. Had I studied in a convent, I would have been a much, much better person in communication. Had I been a little more taller, had I been a little more fairer, had I been a little more beautiful, had I not been a little more handsome, I would have loved this woman. Or I would have made this much money. I would have studied in IIT. Friend, these things really doesn't really work. These things do not really work. Blaming others. In fact, if you are a real poor man, there is more reason for you to become a richer man. If you have less talents, you have much more reasons to be a person who developed this talent and wanted to achieve something that you wanted to achieve. Money, fame, popularity, something. If your father is not at all a very effective person, there is every reason that you should become an effective and well-known, popular person. You understand? Poverty, more than being a disadvantage, is an advantage. The collector's son becoming a collector is not a wonder. It's not an achievement at all. A peon's son becoming a collector is a true achievement. So if you are a peon's son, feel happy that you are the advantage over the collector's son. When you make it, you are an achiever. You understand? So therefore, turbulent times make better leaders. How will I become a leader, sir? I also want to be a leader. What are the leadership qualities? Friends, many people time and again prove that to become a leader, you should practice leadership. That's more important. Leadership does not come if you learn a book. Leadership does not come if you imagine, okay, I also want to become a great leader. Leadership does not come if you start praying from early morning till evening. No. Leadership can come only if you practice leadership. How can you practice leadership? Leadership abilities, as I told you, you should be able to influence the action of others. Who can be easily influenced? People should have a love for you. They must respect you. First of all, friends, to be a leader, you must know the subject. You must be a master of the thing you are doing. If you are a student, you should know your subject. If you are the university rank holder, the students will respect you. Okay, this is the man who knows something. If you are a teacher, then you should know your subject and you should be a good teacher. If at all the students want to respect you. Whatever you are doing, whatever profession you are in, you are a thorough professional. That's the basis. A good batsman or whatever, we'll come back to the same, any sportsman, to be a leader or captain of the team, any game, he has to be a player. And he has to be a player well recognized by others. A successful player alone can become a successful captain, team captain. So try to be something, a specialist. Try to be an expert in whatever you're doing, whatever you are studying. That's very crucial. Without that, nobody is going to recognize you as a leader, right? Abraham Lincoln, when he was the president of the US, somebody got up. He said, gentlemen, you are very, very arrogant now. Do you know, your dad used to stitch my dad's shoes. Your father was a shoemaker. Do you know? Remember this. Your father was a shoemaker. Abraham Lincoln, after this long conversation, he got up. My dear Senator, I'm extremely thankful to you for reminding me that I am a son of a cobbler. I still remember my dad. But I must also tell you that unless my dad was a great cobbler, your father being the richest man in the county, your father being the senator himself, he would not have employed my dad to make shoes for your father. My father was a master of the game. I am very happy about it. My father was an expert. He's an expert cobbler, the great technician. Therefore, I am extremely happy that I am his son. It's not only that, gentlemen, I also know shoemaking. I can also make shoes. My dad taught me, and I was doing it. If any of one of the pair of shoes which was made by my father is not suiting you, it is any trouble, don't fail to call me to my house. I'll come from White House and I'll make it. I'll repair your shoes because that is my dad's profession. That was my profession too. You must love your profession. When you study, love it to be a leader. It's very, very crucial. You love the thing. Friends, to be a leader, you should have courage. Certain leadership abilities, leadership qualities. Basic courage. Some students are very, very scared. One lady was telling, sir, my son, to drop him in the college, I must accompany him. He's so scared. That's why I took a house very close to this particular college. I only drop him. Fear. I'm not saying you should not have fear. Everybody has fear. If a man says he does not have fear, either he is lying or he must be a mad fellow. Everybody has fear. If you don't have fear, if I say, gentlemen, I don't have any fear, then what you can ask me? Then you climb up to the 10th floor, sir. Please jump. Let us see if you have fear or not. Will I jump? There is nobody in the world who can be all fearless. But there are people who, despite fear, do a particular thing. Coming to the stage. Do you think I don't have stage fear? I do have. I'm still wondering if my speech does not go well, what the students will think about me. I have the fear, basic fear with me. But with that fear, I'm doing it. I'm speaking. That is courage. I know a head constable of the police department in Chennai, fourth floor, he was playing with the baby dropped from his hand. You know what he did? He also jumped. He also jumped and held the baby. He fell down, 18 fractures in his back. Whole body, 18 fractures. The baby survived. He also survived after a year. The point is that, do you think the head constable is a fearless man? No. He also knows if when he jumps, he is likely to die. But he did it. Therefore, to be a leader, if you take up a job in a company, if you start something on your own, risk-taking is an essential quality of a leader. Take risk. I know some people who took risk in Chennai. Now they are one of the largest, richest and the most influential people in Chennai. When the cable TVs, a lot of people hesitated, a lot of companies hesitated in mobile, whether to start a mobile phone. I know some people in Coimbatore who got a license for a mobile phone company. They still have the license in the last 20 years. But very ordinary people. They applied for the mobile phone license. They started the company. They are the richest people. I know a man who started with 300 cable connections in Chennai. He's owning the largest cable TV network in the whole India today. Risk. Even if the money goes, it's okay. You should be innovative. That is the quality of the leader. Friends, some of the tips to be an effective leader when you get a job in some place. When you got a job in some place, if you want to be a very effective leader, the basic philosophy is that, friends, you should be prepared to pay the price. If the company wants to recognize you as a good manager or leader, it's very important that you put in enough effort. There is no theory in this world called something for nothing. What I am finding with the college students, the young recruits in many companies, in the police department also, youngsters want more comfort with minimum effort. Minimum effort and maximum comfort is not at all a possibility. Either in India or Pakistan or in Europe or in US or in Japan or in West Germany, nowhere there's a philosophy called minimum effort, maximum comfort. Sir, I'll only work minimum, but you pay me more. I'm an engineer. Nothing doing. Do you know how many engineers are working in Hyundai company? Hardly 12. They don't want any engineers. They only want technicians, people who can do the work, not people who are supervising the work. Nobody wants. Effort. If you work, you will get it. If you are willing to pay, you will get it. Right? When you get a job, take it seriously. Doesn't matter what salary you are getting. Actually, you can't get a salary. Graduates want 25,000 rupees, 35,000 rupees, 40,000 rupees. Then only I'll work. Otherwise, even next 6 years, I'm willing not to work. Many are searching for a job. Why? Because I'm a graduate. I'm not getting 25 plus. They are only offering 10,000. Why not 10,000? How much you know? As a computer engineer, if you ask him what is a computer, I'll give it in writing. 99% of the company's engineers cannot give you a proper definition of a computer. If you're MS software, you ask him what is artificial intelligence. 90% of the graduates will not give you a satisfactory answer. How much you know? Knowledge. Who he knows and knows he knows is genius. You can follow him. He who knows not and knows not he knows not is a fool. Shun him. He who knows not and knows he knows not is very simple. Teach him. He knows and knows not he knows. He's sleeping. You can make him. Men are different types. A person should know what he knows. It's very crucial. Therefore, when you get a job, take it up. Be passionate. Work more. Learn from the work. Don't bother about salary. If you work more than what you are paid for, a day will come. Later, you will be paid more than what you work for.